Today I'm going to help you all basically try to see how to pick a player for shots on goal for hockey, aka NHL. So a lot of you have been like asking, and yes, it is too early in the hockey season, but hopefully this method that I'm about to show you actually works for you guys. So that way you all know how to go forward with how to research for hockey on Outlier. Okay. All right. So today we're going to do shots on goal. So I'm just going to choose a random player here. 1 second. Let's look at, let's look at Alex, who has not been doing a lot lately. All right. So we're going to look at Alex Ovechkin, shots on goal. I believe it is set to 2.5 or probably 4 now. I doubt that they will have him up there for that much, knowing that, he's really good. All right. So how you research this, because I see a lot of y'all just basically get on the website and y'all look at this right here, like, oh, they rank 14th in shots on goals allowed. So I'm just gonna pick him because he has a neutral matchup. It's not unfavorable, but that is all you guys are looking at. Or y'all probably look at, oh, last 10, last 5, or look, head to head. I'm gonna look at that right there, right? Since it's still early on inside of the hockey season, there's not enough data to go by besides the games that they have already played. But if you are only looking at the last 5, last 10, and this and think that's where it stops, I have some news for you. You're doing it wrong. All right. So a rule of thumb that you're supposed to do when you're researching hockey, especially for shots on goal, if you have Outlier, scroll down to where it says the supporting stats. There's 3 things you want to, well, 2 things really, when you looking at shots on goal. Well, it could be 3, but I like to do it by 2. All right. It's 2 things you want to look at the most, far as when you looking at shots on goal. First, you want to look at the minutes on ice. That applies to every market on hockey that you're trying to do. The second one, you're going to want to look at shots on goal. All right. So minute on ice matters, because if they have less time on ice, then they're going to have less chances. All right. So you want to make sure that they have a good, like right now, Ovechkin, he be on ice a lot, as you can see, which is a good thing. All right. Now, when you're looking for shots on goal, please go here to where it says here. All right. So let's say you're looking for somebody for, let's say, 4 shots on goal, 3 shots on goal, 2. Right now I'm looking at Ovechkin for 4 shots on goal. This matters, okay? Because do not make the mistake of thinking, oh, well, they have a great matchup, so I'm just gonna go ahead and choose him. That's not what you want to do. First of all, you want to see how many attempts that they try with the shots on goal. So we see in May, Ovechkin, he had 10 shots attempts with 3 shots on goal. Then on May 15th, he had 6 shots attempts with 3 shots on goal. Then on October 8th, this season here, he had 9 attempts with 3 shots on goal. Then he had 5 attempts with 2 shots on goal. And then on the 12th of this month, October, he had 4 shots attempt with 3 shots on goal. Guys, if they don't have a lot of attempts, don't choose them, because you're going to get hooked by one. I promise you. At least you want to see if the player is actually trying before you choose them for shots on goal. So make sure you're paying attention to their attempts, as well as, how many shots on goal that they were able to put off, along with the shots on goal allowed. Again, please pay attention to the attempts. If they're not attempting a lot of shots on goal, you don't need to take them. All right. Because then you're going to be stressing yourself out through first period to third period, wondering why isn't he trying? He has not tried since the first period. You want to make sure they are at least attempting, to put the puck inside of the goal. All right. So if they have a lot of attempts and, then they have some shots on goal, that's when you want to take them, because as long as they have a lot of attempts or matching the attempts with whatever their shots on goal is at, whether it's at, let's say 2.5, 4 shots on goal, or 1.5, which is 2 shots on goal, you want to at least try. So if they're not trying, like if you have them, let's say for 2 shots on goal and they only have 1 attempt, 2 attempts, 3, you don't want to choose that player, because it lets you know that they're not even attempting to put the puck inside of the goal. So make sure you're paying attention to this section right here, the supporting stats. and go to minutes on ice. Like I said, the minutes on ice matter. And then you want to go to shots on goal to see their attempts along with the shots on goal that they already had. So those are going to be your favorite things. So remember, minutes on ice, shots on goal. Then you want to see what the shots on goal allowed, the opposing team allowed. I'm sorry. You want to pay attention to that, okay? Make sure you're paying attention to that. Along with, you can scroll down because a lot of y'all like, well, it don't tell us what they allow per position. Well, it doesn't, but if you go scroll down, it'll tell you so far. Like, they already allowed a lot of shots on goal to this position right here. So since the start of the season already, they allowed 3 out of 4 people to go over on their shots on goal. So it looks like Ovechkin can have like a good little, he can have a good little matchup here. So just make sure y'all pay attention to that. Again, minutes on ice, shots on goal, how many shots on goal the opponent team allow, and then you can scroll down to whatever their position is to see so far how many of these people did they allow shots on goal to. So that is the key to researching shots on goal props. Again, if you're confused, like, well, how do I know if they're gonna allow it? Just click, go down here, and then click, just click. As you can see, they're allowing a lot of shots on goals. This is to the center position. This is defenseman. So look at this, like 3 for 3. Everybody went over to their shots on goal for this position here. Then like just basically just look at all of this information here. You could go from there. So once you see that the opponent team allows a lot of shots on goal to your player props position, minutes on ice, shots on goal allowed, okay? If they do not have a lot of attempts, do not take them. And just because they have a lot of attempts, let's say they have 6 attempts but no shots on goal, that's going to be a tricky prop for you too. But at least they're trying. They still have to have some shots on goal, guys. They still have to have some type of shots on goal. So just make sure that you're paying attention to that. They have to have some attempts. If they have only 1 attempt, 2 attempts, you don't want to necessarily take that player precisely because they're not going to try a lot. Okay, we want people who's trying the best with a lot of shots on goal. So just make sure that you're paying attention to that when you're choosing a player for shots on goal. That is how you do it for the NHL. If you have any questions, drop them down in the comment section. Again, I'm using Outlier. It's easy. If you need help with anything else, just let me know and I will make that my next video. Bye.